Thanks for tuning into Duckbricks. I'm Chris and welcome to another episode of Bionicle Prototypes Roundtable Discussion, the show where I bring together some prominent members of the Bionicle community to discuss some of the most interesting, strangest, cancelled LEGO Bionicle sets, prototypes, and concept artwork from the entirety of its run. So last time we summed up pretty much everything from 2001 all the way up to 2005, which means it's time to jump into the Ignition trilogy and kick things off with this video on 2006 and 2007. Now, as usual, I'll be going through the introductions of our guests today. Thank you all so much for being here, so I'm going to go ahead and introduce them. If you want to hear them introduce themselves, you can check out the first video, 01 to 03, linked below in the description. Otherwise, I'm just going to jump right into the quick recap of their introductions so we can just get started.
Alright, so joining us for most of the video today, we have Wombat Combat Pictures, a very prolific mockist in the Bionicle community, as well as the 3D modeler King K, plus a few surprise guests for the end of the video. If you want to see everyone's full in-depth introductions, please go check out the 2001 to 2003 prototypes video where I summarized everyone's involvement. Without further ado, let's just jump right in and kick things off.
I think the one that I wanted to discuss about was the road, the Konohi road. That they have. That one was like an exclusive one.
That's the very last picture.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is really interesting.
Yeah. It's basically Nuva shoulders that have been like kit bashed together with one of the Vizorak like.
This is a Tornika foot.
Yep, and then there's a Metru chest plate.
Metru chest
behind
plate, it. Foot, and then one of the Rakshi spines on the top.
And when I look at this, I'm like, because before I always was like, this mask looks like it was Nuba shoulders that were just put together. And then now I have a confirmation that that's what they did for the prototype.
Yeah.
And there's a one for the Olmec as well here. I think?
It's the picture right before it, I think.
Yeah. It was. Yeah.
So this one. I saw a prototype. Oh yeah, no. Here you go. Yeah, that's the one I own.
That's the Kowalski.
Yep, with just the Borak shield, the Galakal shield, kind of.
Yeah.
See it, like you can definitely see that's what they were going for. So, interesting way to design new pieces. I don't know. Yeah, it's very odd.
If you were to look at the picture before it, I thought that was also very interesting. Because they actually like do these like technical drawings of every single piece,
like a blueprint.
Yeah,
it's like a patent drawing. Like
it's more like a technical drawing. It's they do like a front, top, side, and they do that as a way to get all the dimensions correct and everything. Yeah, like you can even see the dimensions that are right there.
Because obviously now they just 3D model everything, but I guess back then it was easier to do it by, I don't even know if that's by hand or printed, but like, yeah. They don't print them out nowadays, at least not that I've seen.
Yeah. So this book actually came from, I think it was a user on Discord, and I don't know how, but he happened to get one of the manuals that the Bionicle team used. To basically, they put everything related to like the prototypes and all in this manual.
How has this not been scanned in and like decided, right?
From what he told me, he said that he wasn't willing to show any more images because he thinks he might get into some legal issues. But apparently he has this entire book that has a lot more content in it.
I was gonna say something. These diagrams, especially like for the masks and stuff, if like the 3D modeling community could get a hold of perfect scans of those, it would be so easy for them to make 3D models of those parts using those as references, because right now they're struggling getting accurate references of like photos of the pieces because of like lens distortions and stuff like that.
What are these?
The Paraka.
What?
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Those are the Paraka. They were like the prototype Paraka concepts. Before they actually started finalizing on the Paraka themselves. So
well, I guess might as well start talking about these, because Man, those
look cool.
interesting. Yeah.
I could just see these as like, like land versions of the Toamari or something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe give them different masks.
Mm-hmm.
I guess land versions of the Toamari are just the Toa Anika, but post mutation.
Yes.
I think it'd be really cool to have these 3D modeled in some capacity.
Yeah,
that'd be really cool. A lot of these masks like are pretty interesting. Like even the Xamasphere launcher is cool, and you can see like some of the pieces that eventually became the Paraka parts. Like you can see the legs here are definitely supposed to be the
and
Paraka.
the feet.
Yeah, feet. Right, and the feet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man,
unbelievable.
I kind of wish we got that thigh armor piece. That would have been really useful.
Yeah, that looks really cool.
And then the early Xamasphere launcher, or at least the concept.
Yeah, definitely would not have passed as an actual physical piece because of how
spiky it is.
Yeah, but you can even see the traces of like the weapon here. Like this looks similar to one of the Radak.
Yeah, and I thought this was really interesting because like I think later on they just kind of like they just started focusing on like I don't know why they just kind of like switched around this these Toa-like figures to become more like the Peraka. I don't know why they just kind of switched around there. And you look at the red one in particular, the mask
Galax.
looks like the Galax.
Yeah,
it's like they recycled that one.
Interesting. Actually, you can kind of see with the blue one how that would turn into the I forget the name, but Holly Anika's mask.
With the tubes.
Yeah, with the mustache.
The tube mustache.
Also, the torso kind of looks like the Avmatoran torso, but this is kind of too early for that.
Yeah, kind of.
I'm wondering if they might just back reference some of their old concept art for new pieces sometimes.
Yeah. So then we have the actual like later stage prototype Paraka here. I remember these because when I was a kid, I got the Bionicle chapter books, and I was like, why does Radak have like three eyes, and why does Avak have like surrounded things? So I know that this went pretty far in development because they were at least on the books from what I can remember.
Yeah, and I thought that was really interesting. They like a lot of the prototypes actually carried over into the covers of these books and all that. I thought it was so interesting to see Radak with 3 eyes. I thought that was such a cool concept.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then they somehow removed it. I don't know why.
Maybe the light piping didn't work too well with the way the head's designed. I gotta say, I like that prototype AVAC face way more than the one we got.
Yeah.
By a long shot.
Yeah.
Oh, I sent a picture of the canisters. There's like an HD version that I added onto the drive.
Ooh. Is that silver? Yeah, that's Fox head and silver. Look at those little spikes on Avok.
Now, something to point out is the names. Look at the names.
Wait. Traka?
Hakan is called Brutaka.
Wait, hold on. Interesting.
The bully.
Yeah.
Brutaka the bully.
Whale, WHAL.
Waru something. I don't know. It was weird.
Backheads RO. So these are all like
completely different names.
Brutaka, like
Garaka or something like that.
Garana. Yeah, we got a Garan, so
Garaka.
Garaka.
Maybe these were early names, and like when they went to like check the name if the names were available or like trademarkable, that they had to change some of them, and then they liked Brutaka too much that they put it on a Titan instead.
Yeah.
By the way, if you've actually seen the prototype Brutaka, his mask is actually slightly different.
Is that here?
Let me actually do a
here.
deep AI stuff.
Oh, I mean, this is already pretty clear as well. It is a little different. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little.
Yo, the box art on this one is like actually kind of cooler than the actual one that we got. Like the box art on this is really well done.
Yeah.
Yeah. It looks very like cinematic almost, whereas the ones we got were kind of, very punky street graffiti style.
I like the mask in particular because it's much sharper. You see the ends are like they're a lot pointier.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of feel like they removed this design because, I don't know, you want to poke someone's eye out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. Pretty much everything else looks the same though, I think.
Yeah, like Axon, I don't see him changing too much, if I remember correctly.
I remember
maybe his axe piece was different.
Do we have
a
sure?
Let me throw him onto the drive. I threw him onto the drive.
Oh, there he is. Yeah, man, that box art's good.
Oh,
no,
man.
the axe even looks ooh, it's hard to say with those weird circular bits, but I mean mostly the same for all intents and purposes. I think like nothing too.
I've got him right here.
Hey, nice.
Yeah, check the axe pieces in particular because oh, and I also noticed the rock that he's carrying. It was shown in the commercial from what I remember.
Nope, that's the piece we got. So
that's the piece we got. Yeah.
Okay, so nothing really changed with Axon.
And there is that like promotional image of Protoknights holding like magma, I think, some sort of molten rock that looks a lot like that.
Yeah.
Which I guess makes sense to not include it on the box art because it didn't come with a rock to hold. But yeah,
Oh, well,
that beefy hand holding the rock just
would have been nice to have a rock in the set. I don't know.
have
maybe people would have been expecting a function if it came with a rock.
Yeah.
Looks like we also have a prototype Anika canister as well.
We have a lot of prototype. So igniters was the first thing, but
Yeah.
Igniters, which explains why the comics were called Ignition.
yeah. But the Toa and Nika themselves have some fascinating, some of my favorite concept art that I've seen. And we definitely have them here. The Anika concept, yeah, these ones. This is really interesting.
There's a more enhanced one.
Yeah, there's like close-ups of each.
This one was wild. When I looked at it, it was just crazy on how much they actually like designed these pieces. Like you notice here, like for example, look at Matoro's tool, like the snowboard that he's riding.
Oh.
You also look at Hali's like fins.
Wow.
Those are like completely new pieces right there.
Yeah. Those don't really, I mean, Holly's fins look like the G2 Golly like axe thingy. Like
Yeah.
This is really interesting because I'm pretty sure when the Anika came out, I think they had some that wave had some of the most new molds I think we'd seen of any Bionicle wave for quite a while. Like the legs were new, the thigh armor were new, the torso, the chest plates, the masks, the shoulder pads, the weapons, the barrel or the feed.
Yeah, it was almost like introducing a new system. Like when CCBS was launched, like every single piece was new.
Yeah, and despite that, they have even more new pieces in these images here that they were about to introduce. Like you can see like the almost final versions of those pieces I listed before, but then we got the fins on Holly, the snowboard on Matoro, there's wings on Kongu.
Yeah,
it's kind of crazy how many new pieces they were trying for.
Yeah, Jalar's sword is kit bashed with Likon's sword, spliced together with some Rakshi spines.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I've only seen that Nuparu mask. Oh no, I know where I've seen it. Someone 3D modeled that, and
It's a 3D model. Yeah.
Galva. Yeah.
the Haga contest. That's where I saw. Okay, yeah, no,
Yep.
Yeah.
where did I see that before? No, that makes sense.
It looks like Kongu's.
Oh, hello.
Oh. We lost him.
Oh, rip.
I think we lost him.
Yeah, we'll give him a second to reconnect, I guess.
This prototype mask there is just a Ruru that's been sanded down.
Oh yeah, that is a Ruru. Yeah, with for whatever reason mandibles on it. I don't know why they would have done that.
Yeah. Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, hello.
Sorry, my internet does this weird cutting in and out thing sometimes.
No worries. I think we got you now.
Yeah.
Man, it was so interesting to see Huki with the road.
Uh-huh. I mean, this was before they were doing rubberized masks for them, which I'm kind of, I mean, I think the Anika masks are interesting, but I always personally preferred the more standard traditional, like regular masks. I don't know about you all.
Same.
Same. I don't know why they switched. It was just so, it was so odd, you know? I never understood that.
I think it was, I think, because I know that they were supposed to, the heads were supposed to glow in the dark, which is why they literally made it a plot point in the comics that when they remove their masks, their faces glow. But they, for whatever reason, couldn't get it right, so they just didn't. But I guess they were too far in development by that point. Then they were just like, oh, whatever, just let's keep this design of heads, which was very disappointing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why. A lot of people complained about those masks. They were just like, why? Because a lot of those people, you know, they couldn't figure out ways to reuse that piece, you know?
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't have any traditional connections on it, so that's probably the major reason.
Yeah.
Although I've seen some people use it in the past, in decent ways.
Yeah. People find uses for it, but like really, really skilled builders. I think like you gotta be really creative with that one.
Yeah. There's a guy I knew from way back in the day. I think he still mocks occasionally, but his name's Overlord Galactus, otherwise known as Instant Noodles. His self-mock used a flipped around Nuparu Anika mask, so it was facing backwards, and then he just put like wheel pieces underneath it in lime and then silver, and it looks kind of just like a helmet with a visor.
That's pretty dope. That's pretty
Yeah.
cool. I've seen someone use the flipped around, one of the flipped around masks for like a troll face or something like that. I think I saw that. Like people find uses for them, but not easily.
Yeah.
That was what was it? Are you talking about the inside out Thok spine?
That might be what I'm. Oh, I don't know.
I can't remember.
Yeah,
I think I know what
maybe.
you're talking about though.
I just remember seeing that and I was like, wow, I never really thought about flipping them inside out, but yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I do wish they kind of went. The light up weapons we eventually got are cool. I mean, it looks like they were already planning some of them here to have them. I like the light up stuff, but no, definitely, I think a step in a strange direction to have them be rubberized.
Yeah.
Do we have any other? Baraku?
06.
Okay, anyway, do we have any other 06?
Let me see.
Scanning.
Move on to the next stuff.
I
That's a
think
miss.
that's I think that's all.
Is Metalbeard? If you know what I'm
Metalbeard was
talking
such
about.
a strange one.
Is he an 06 one or is he 08?
Which one?
The Metalbeard guy. Yeah, that freakish thing right there.
With the dragon.
I don't know what's going on with him.
He's got the dragon wings. Oh no, those were Vikings, but these pieces. Oh what on earth?
Oh, look at Hal Nuva. Look at the Hal Nuva right there.
Wait,
I love how he's literally got a beard.
where's the Hal Nuva?
You see it?
Like
On
right
the top.
between the eyes.
Oh,
What
what?
you would call the eyes.
Yo, what is that?
It looks like he's missing his dentures.
So wait, what is this chrome? What are these things next to? What are these like?
These are, I believe, they were prototypes. But I'm not sure like how they were conceived and why they're so chrome spray painted. It was really weird.
These were shown during the latest Bionicle Day interview. I forget which group it was, but it was one of the two groups of Bionicle founders that were interviewed, and one of the guys, I think he was one of the BZ Power, ex BZ Power admins. I might be wrong. I don't know what his name was, but he has this prototype, and he showed it off during that interview, and I forget what he says. I think this was supposed to be a prototype Mystica Makuta or something like that, maybe, if I remember correctly. But
I guess.
Whatever it could be, I'm not sure.
Like, I've never seen the chrome. Like, what are these like?
I think what those were about was the chrome Matau and the chrome Borak. Those were just something that they went to see if they could do.
I see.
They just want to chrome everything.
They wanted to try and see if chrome pieces like that would work, I think is what he said. So they did one Borak and one Toametru, and they were just like, okay, this is really cool, but it's not worth it. So
I see.
I
kind of wish we got chrome Bionicle pieces.
That would be interesting.
That Kanohi Hao from the Power Pack.
Other
That's
than the Power Pack Hao, yeah. Huh.
Everything. But yeah, these are really neat.
Yeah.
And it's interesting how the chroming on the ball joints has held up all these years.
Yeah.
I'm assuming he probably doesn't move it around too much.
Oh yeah.
Probably. Just puts it on display.
Oh, if I owned this, I would not be touching that.
Be very delicate with it.
Yeah.
No fingerprints, please. Yeah.
There is a prototype of a play set. We can talk briefly about that before we start moving to the 2007. Very top. I uploaded it. Look at that thing.
Huh. I got the playset right here. Let me.
The first thing I noticed that was pretty funny is that the print of Zactan's face is offset in this picture. You see that?
Yeah.
His face is just floating up in the air.
Oh, that's funny.
So
I mean, I'm looking at the set and it's
his ghost next to him.
And it's the Protoknights. The set is very similar. They used a different Borak shield. They used the Galax call shield instead of the Korok call, but everything else is literally identical from what I can see.
The other one I did notice is that the Anika heads are different. If you notice that, well, they're the same actually. The Anika heads are pretty much the same.
Yeah, it looks like they got two hoopies there.
Oh yeah, they're all very
using
much the same piece.
Oh, it looks like they were just using the. I think that's one of the Paraka heads as a placeholder, because it's got the
connection
thing on the back. Yeah, for the spine.
Huh.
Didn't you would know this better than me, Chris, but didn't it have an Olmec in the center of the bridge?
It did not. Oh wait.
Okay.
Wait. No, this one had the road. It was the other side with the Olmec.
Okay.
Yes. So yeah, the road is actually the one on there.
All right, I stand corrected.
The Bionicle. I always questioned why they got clearly Bionicle designers to make the system sets. I feel like I mean, if I just wanted a cool looking like gate with a drawbridge, just ask like the castle guys to do it. I don't know.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe they weren't trying too hard.
Yeah. just feels like they were kind of out of their element, because it's a lot of the system sets are like very clearly they're like, okay, what's like the least like bare minimum like sketch of a system build we can do, and then slap as many Bionicle pieces as we can on it.
Yeah.
Oh. But yes, so I guess we can move on to the 2007. I think this is one of the earliest ones, which is this is from Faber, which was the first Kalma prototype with, he's got some of the Pakaris on his shoulder there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this one's kind of freaky.
And an actual fish for a head.
his face is like, that's not a squid anymore. That's like I don't
demon.
even it really is. It's terrifying. Like
Even the tentacle is very unsettling, just the way it's put together. I don't know.
I noticed that
not
it
gonna make
actually
a
uses
comment on
if you look down, it uses, looks like the Hortica feet, and also the Hortica limbs, those lower leg pieces.
They've also kit bashed Nokama's aqua axes on the ends of the feet.
Yeah. That's pretty much the final piece we got too with that design.
I never understood that. Like, I never understood why they specifically made an extra piece that was just like, it was just a simple modification to it.
I think other than the head, the most interesting parts about this prototype are the mandibles and the armor pieces, like for his upper arms and legs.
He's also got Lego system snakes on the back of his head.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, those are the Lego systems pieces.
Definitely.
Oh, that's funny.
That's probably just part of the kit bash.
It definitely is, because they don't have any attachment points that actually work.
Yeah. But like I'm kind of weirded out by how small the armor piece is versus what we've got in the final version. It looks like they wanted it to connect the same way, but they just totally made it way bigger and bulkier.
I'm pretty happy with the final armor piece we got. It's a pretty cool piece.
Definitely. And I'm really kind of interested to know if that Pakari shoulder pad connection is actually legal or not, because that'd be really hard to pull off.
I have a gut feeling it's illegal.
Yeah, I'm gonna go on and say no, especially because it looks like the top of the Pakari has been chopped off.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
There's
it doesn't look
definitely
like
been
there's
cut.
anything under it connecting to the mask stud piece.
Still though, it would have been. I don't think they never probably planned to include it. It was just a kit bash thing, but would have been nice to get red Pakari.
Yeah.
Yeah. Check out the next image of Kama, which I thought was so interesting. It's all the way to the top, that one.
Yeah.
Baraku.
What?
He has no jaw.
Huh.
Yeah.
And also look at the Squid Launcher. Very, very different.
We have another new Squid Launcher. Interesting.
And Baraku. It looks
Man,
almost
this looks like a knockoff.
Yeah.
Like something someone in China would make.
Yeah, the Li Yao.
Yeah. The now presenting Bionicle Baraku.
Yeah.
Interesting.
What else is there? The feet.
Feet are just Hornica feet.
Yeah.
They reverted.
and it
assuming
doesn't
this
have
is
the black. They don't have the
marbling.
black-red transition too.
Yeah. This is definitely a later prototype because the tentacle's correct and the head's almost what we got.
Yeah.
And so is the armor, but it's weird that they switched back to the other Hortica feet.
It's like it feels like they were probably going back and forth on do we have like extra parts budget? We don't want to make another part, but like or we don't have an idea on what other part we should make. So like do we just want to like make a slightly different foot? Feels like, I mean, Lego would not do this today. Like that's just a waste of a new mold, but
Either that or this is just a 3D render and they didn't want to model that piece.
yeah. Yeah, could be.
Who knows?
Odd. Yeah.
There's also the
Alec is looking weird also. If you see any of the images of Alec, it's just odd.
What like?
Very weird.
Yeah, what is with the
What
zoom?
did they do to my boy?
Look at that. Yeah, and you notice how the Squid Launcher is completely different too.
It's that one from the prototype we were talking about in the other call.
Yeah.
I know we've talked about some of this stuff a little bit out of order before.
Yes.
But
Even Takadox's face is a little bit different. He's got like slightly more slanted eyes, it seems. I kind of like
his
the one
chin
we
is
got-
smaller too.
Yeah, the chin's smaller. The Carpar looks basically the same.
Yeah, he looks almost done.
It's just his claws are on both sides instead of one arm.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Huh.
Yeah.
Huh.
I thought it's really funny that this image actually has both versions of the Squid Launcher. So you see, see the one, you see the
Yeah,
prototype one, and then you see the like the actual one.
Because Pride Act looks to be finalized there, and they just didn't have
Yeah.
the finalized images for the other ones. They were just like, I don't know, I'll just throw on this one.
That'll work.
Yeah. There's a much clearer image of the Alec's face on another picture. It's the poster.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
He looks so weird.
I mean, it's like the piece, but just smooth, which is strange.
Yeah.
Because the texture added like a lot of stuff to that.
That is way creepier than the final piece we got, I think.
Okay. He's bald.
Bald Alec.
Bald
Yeah, 'cause
Alec.
everything else is basically the same except for that. Because I the first time I saw this image, I legitimately didn't even notice that Alec's face was like wrong.
No.
His eyes also. If you look at his eyes, it's red, and and this carried over to the book cover when they did the book cover.
Oh, that really bugged me when I was.
Same.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is just a byproduct of the upscaling, I think, of your newest image, the one we were just looking at. But the lift arm that makes up Takadox's spine almost looks like it's just curved. I think that's the same lift arm that we got.
I think it's the upscaling from the AI.
Yeah, it's probably
It
the
does
upscaling.
it does look smoothed over like curved.
It almost it just looks like it's a one big curve.
It looks like a snap piece or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A bent angle.
Oh, interesting.
I think we got other. There's one more prototype. Oh wait, no, that's Biddle. Never mind. I thought that was a Mari.
Do we have prototypes of the Toa Mari?
There is one. There is one. It's Nuparu actually.
Yeah. Oh no, I know. I know. Yeah, it's from.
I'm
from
gonna
Faber.
throw it in there.
Thanks to Faber, we have this one. Yes.
Yes.
Ooh. Hey, he stole your mask design.
It's so strange because for Nuparu here, it looked like they originally did not have the visor that was inside of the mask.
Yeah.
Like they purposely did not want to have that.
The armor pieces, which eventually were a new mold, they look to be just Kitbash Technic panels that are kind of like chopped up. Which makes sense because the final armor piece does really look like just part of like what could be in the same system as Technic panels. So
Yeah. I'm assuming that's
see.
artistic perspective that's making the shield look like that. I doubt they designed it to be that weirdly lopsided.
Maybe. Yeah. I don't know. Because this looks like a physical model that's just been photoshopped. Because you can see the grain lines on the Kordak blaster and the mask.
Oh yeah.
Oh. And wait. Did we talk about the armor right there?
The
armor. The chest plate's different. The side armors are different.
Yeah. We just talked about the arm and leg armor.
And the shield is.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the shield there. I'm assuming it's just artistic perspective. I don't know how else to describe it. He's probably just skewed that part of the shield to make it look like it's being pulled by the tentacle or something like that.
Maybe they were trying to do an asymmetrical type of thing. I don't know. I do like the fact that we have a very that the final one was just normal and not that crazy.
Yeah. It's hard to tell because the mirror side is cut off, but
yeah. Huh.
Oh, there is actually another prototype that I believe we have not featured. It was actually in some of the Toamari games, but they did not modify the assets to be the final version. Let me actually upload them right now because I think this is pretty significant. This has to deal with Matoro.
My boy.
Wait.
Yeah.
I think I know.
I'm throwing it in right now.
I think I know exactly the one you're talking about. Yeah.
The mask. Look at the mask.
Oh, tiny.
Yeah. Is there a better picture?
He's got bigger eye holes.
Big eyes.
Some texturing on the side too.
Yeah.
It looks like there's more texture on the side. And the Kordak bullets are, well, this just looks like a coloring error, render color error, because the Technic pin is also blue. But yeah, that mask is,
It's so weird to see it like that.
It's very close to what we got, but not quite, and that's the strange thing. It's just kind of off.
And I have a feeling it might have been, I don't know, a structural thing. I don't know. They didn't want it to have such an awkward kind of design there.
A narrow bridge, nose bridge.
Yeah.
Personally, I never was the biggest fan of what is that? Mask of Reanimation, the Trina, I think it is.
The Trina. Yeah.
I don't know. It always looked kind of strange to me. I don't know, but this is also strange. Not necessarily better, but just kind of in a different direction, I guess.
That's my Mox mask you're talking about there.
Oh, really?
Oh, you're gonna shame him like that? Oh, dear.
I'm sorry. Maybe I just felt
all right.
Matoro as a character. I don't know. It was just interesting.
I'll forgive you. Okay, guys, I got about 40 more minutes.
Okay.
I think we're almost done anyway.
Yeah,
so.
I should probably get to be eating dinner soon as well. So
yeah,
I'm good to wrap up at 8:30 or something.
Yeah.
I
think we can now move to 2008 because there doesn't seem to be anything
2008
else.
has a lot of material because the designer published how he was doing the stuff. One more.
Yes, that one. Hydraxon's helmet.
Much more skull-like.
Yeah.
In fact, one of the early drawings there you can see looks almost exactly like a skull.
Literally a skull, yeah.
That's very cool, though.
Yeah.
And
I really like
the,
those designs.
The Maxilos mask with the thing on the side.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I like that one in the bottom left a lot. I kind of wish that was more like what we got.
It'd be cool to actually be able to plug tubes in because then you could also plug spikes in or teeth on the sides versus on the back, which isn't that useful for that sort of thing.
Definitely. Also, it looks like it was symmetrical before, and they took that away. Just had to put that tiny little breathing tube on the side.
Yep.
Oh my god.
All right, if we're talking about more Bionicle parts, I know one that I think would be pretty significant: the Squid Launcher.
Oh.
Prototype Squid Launcher.
Oh no.
The one that looks even better than the.
I know it looks so. That one had so much more marking potential.
It was at the toy fair, and then they changed it.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks
I don't
a
know
bow and arrow.
why.
They
I
actually
honestly
made
don't
it
know
too.
why.
Yeah. There's the picture of the toy fair display that has it.
It's in the folder.
It's in the LB
back
one.
in the LB,
Oh, it's in the
there's
LB,
an underwater Carapar.
Yeah.
It's so interesting. Yeah, it's so interesting because in this one they actually have these places where you can put the squid on it.
Yeah.
Damn.
So instead of putting the squid on the characters themselves, they had these holes on the sides where you can actually put the squids on. So, you know, if you wanted to reload it and launch it like that, you can do that on the same weapon. But I don't know why they changed it, because if you look at it, they have holes on the sides where you can put your fingers in.
Yeah, it's very ergonomic. Like this is a lot better than what we got. Like,
I am honestly mad that they didn't give this to us, because this seems more useful.
It has more than one connection point.
It
too,
looks like
which
it is hard plastic, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard plastic.
As bad as it.
It's kind of hard to judge, but yeah.
That even makes me more upset, because when building mocks, there is literally no use for the squid launchers.
Oh,
This looks like you can use it for a shield.
Yeah,
or
shield,
like
armor, axe,
a guillotine,
chest plate, wings if you're really
No. But with the current one, it's like,
creative.
Why?
So I have like a vague memory as to the reason why I don't. So yeah, again, not sure on this one. Don't quote me. But I heard that in like focus groups, they found some kids struggled a bit with the ergonomics of it, or because it was hard plastic and you sort of try to wrap your hand around it, it could be a bit uncomfortable, and they struggled to fire the squid launcher. But that also doesn't quite add up to me. Yeah, because you know, as we all know, the final squid launcher was a marvelous and highly consistent piece of launching engineering. So
why are there gummy worms in my Lego set?
So that kind of implies, even though this looks like it would just be better from a functional point of view, that maybe this piece was actually even worse than what we got.
Oh man!
Now that I'm thinking about how you would hold it to launch it, that like where would your fingers go? Like, because I guess you have two on the sides and you pull it in between, so you go like this in the slingshot, I guess.
Yeah, but I think you would have to like take it off of the arm of the Baraku in order to actually fire it, because the one that we got has this kind of like loop that goes under where you can hold your fingers in there and pull it more easily. As for this one, you have to kind of like stick your fingers vertically up, and then you have to pull back on it like that.
I think if you want,
you could probably
the
do
Baraku to hold
down
it
as well. But,
if you want the Baraku to hold it, maybe the one we got is slightly easier to do it whilst also leaving it in their hand. But I'm just I lament the loss of that really good mockable piece.
It looked like it had attachment points on both sides as well, so you could have had them hold it with both hands and then just hold the figure and pull the thing back.
Yeah.
Be like a ballista or something.
Yo, seeing this, it feels like you can do do a trick shot, shoot like 3 at once. That would be cool.
I'm imagining seeing that like on the battle vehicles and stuff from Mari or like the system sets. They could have built that into the front of like the Toa terrain crawler or something like that. That would have been really interesting.
Yo, that would have been cool, like you said, but as like a snow plow for like Kopako or something.
Ooh,
I feel like that there's a whole tangent. We could probably talk a lot about pieces that were less mockable than they should have been, because there are a few pieces that I just they're fine, but then I kind of hate them as well, because I'm like, you must have known when you designed these that they couldn't be easily used for other marksmen.
Right.
But yeah, it's another tangent.
How many more prototypes do you think we can go over?
You know, I probably need to get going, but we have a lot of stuff. Like, there's still a lot. I mean, feel free to continue talking, and I mean, or we could probably schedule a different time. Maybe I'm sorry, I just have another thing coming up at 7:30, so I just have to walk over there in 15 minutes.
Hey, no worries, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's been great meeting you all and talking to you. I think we should definitely do this again, because this is barely scratched the surface of what there is to take a look at here. So
Definitely.
I'm always down for more content production.
Yeah, that's true.
It's so rare to meet a Bionicle fan in the wild, let alone Bionicle fans who know more than Oh, I know.
I had the red one.
Takanova. I know Takanova.
The Bionicle.
Takahua?
Yeah.
Taco Nuva?
Takahua?
Sorry.
So yeah, to have a whole like assembly, gathered friends, if you will. Yeah, that's awesome.
Oh,
We
that's
are
a
the
good,
gathered
title for the
friends.
video, eh? Yeah.
Gathered friends, listen again to our legend of the Bionicle.
All right, and with that, we have summed up our look at some of the strangest and most interesting prototypes from Bionicle G1 2006 to 2007. Be sure to tune in next time where we'll be publishing our video on the prototypes discussion for Bionicle 2008 and 2009. But mostly 2008 because that got an entire feature on the set development. There's a lot of interesting things to talk about there, so I hope to see you there. Thank you all so much for tuning in, and stay tuned to Duckbricks for even more LEGO news, reviews, discussion, and analyses coming your way very soon. And also, be sure to check out the links of the guests who visited us today. Thank you all so much for being here, and show them some love and support as well on their own channels. They're doing some really interesting stuff, so do check them out. And as always, I'll see you again next time. Thanks all for tuning in, and bye-bye for now.